Hello, my name is Chris Barr. I'm the Director of Marketing for Taradel. We specialize in marketing services and in particular direct mail for small business owners, organizations, and national brands. Today we're going to be talking about direct mail. So one of the most frequently asked questions that we receive here at Taradel relates to what are the average response rates for direct mail. Most of our customers, the small business owners, the advertisers, every dollar counts, right? So they want to make sure that if they invest in a marketing channel, that they're going to get a positive ROI. So while direct mail response rates vary widely from business to business and from even from town to town, right? Some towns have a lot of competition built in for different products and services, while others, it's more of a larger opportunity because there's not as much competition. So all of these types of factors, your offer, your competition, even whether or not it snows the day that your direct mail campaign delivers, all of these variables can impact your response rates. But for today's purpose, let's talk about averages. So if you look at all industries as a whole and run the numbers, what do these average response rates look by? And I think these are good benchmarks to kind of plan around. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the response rates. Let me put an image up here on the screen so that we can look at it together. Okay, so with direct mail, the average response rate, if you are using a targeted list, so personalized mail, this is when you're mailing to John Smith or Jane Doe. This is when you're doing a targeted direct mail campaign to people on your house list, right? So this is a list that you've either you've compiled internally, customers and prospects for your business, or maybe a really, really targeted list that you purchased from a provider like Taradel. So when you use a targeted list, you can expect about a 3.7% response rate on average. Okay, so that's really, really strong. And again, the more targeted your list, the better your response rate will usually be. It only makes sense that if you're doing a direct mail campaign to your existing customers, you're going to get a better response than if you mail to completely new prospects who have never used your business or done work with your organization before. Okay. Now, if you're using a program that is purely targeting new prospects and it's not nearly as targeted as your house list, such as with Every Door Direct Mail, which is a hugely popular marketing program for small business owners, with Every Door Direct Mail or just a very generic prospect list, you can expect about a 1% average response rate. Now, let me give you a couple examples here. If you're a dental practice that's sending out a large Every Door Direct Mail postcard, maybe to promote a grand opening of your practice or an upcoming event, or just your services in general, that's probably going to be closer to the 1% range in terms of response rates. And often 1% can generate a lot of revenue for your business. But let's say you're a pizzeria, okay, and you're mailing out your new takeout menus. You've got a bunch of coupons on there. Typically something like this with mass appeal and a lower price point is going to get you a much higher response rate. So if you're mailing out pizza coupons using Every Door Direct Mail, I would expect a lot more than 1% in terms of response rate. Again, it all comes down to the people you're reaching and how powerful the offer you're promoting is. So for a quick example here, if one pizzeria mails out a 50% off coupon and another pizzeria does a buy one get one free large pizza deal, typically the buy one get one free, right, because everybody loves something for free, is going to get a much better response rate. So you can see how your offer can really impact your overall performance when it comes to direct mail. So when you're using a really targeted list, 3.7%. If you're using Every Door Direct Mail or a generic kind of prospect method, then you can expect about a 1%. Now, let's talk about cost per acquisition. This is my favorite statistic because all that really matters at the end of the day is how much does it cost you to bring in a customer, and does the math work, right? So business is all about bringing in new customers, keeping your existing customers, and building from there. Now, with direct mail, the cost per acquisition is only about $19 on average. And keep in mind, that's for all industries, insurance, medical, restaurants, contractors, you name it. It's all bundled into that number. So some industries have a much lower cost per acquisition, even a few cents per piece, or I'm sorry, a few cents per customer, while others, maybe a law firm, for example, might have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So with direct mail, having an average that's only $19 is really powerful. And when you compare that to paid search, such as Google AdWords, where the average is about $30 cost per acquisition, direct mail is a winning proposition. So I think that's huge. Cost per acquisition, so much is tied into that when it comes to your business success, or your organization's success. One other thing to note that I found interesting in the latest reports that are out there is that oversized postcards, these giant commercial flats is what they're called by the USPS. Commercial flats, which are really just big mailers that are flat and they deliver in the mailbox without any folding or any envelopes. These perform a lot better than other types of marketing collateral. So if you have the choice to mail, a smaller size postcard or a larger size postcard, it's pretty simple. The larger sizes typically get a better response rate than the smaller sizes. Now, both can certainly work really well. And I always say that, think about your campaign. What kind of offers and messaging do you need to feature on your direct mail pieces? If you've just got one coupon or offer to get out there, then you're probably okay with a smaller piece because you can make the coupon, you can dedicate more real estate on a smaller piece to that one offer. But if you've got multiple offers, a couple different coupons and some messaging, or if you just want to, use a big image that's really powerful, like this image right here, where the second you look at it, this is for a dental practice or, oral health care, then, it can be worth your while to use a bigger format. You've just got more real estate to work with in terms of messaging, creative, offers, and all of that good stuff. But, if you just have a simple offer to get out there or a simple message, use a smaller size. The other really, really powerful statistic here is that direct mail on average will return 15 to 17% on your investment. So that's incredible. If you think about marketing and advertising professionals, those are the kinds of numbers that we dream of. Anytime you can put resources into a marketing channel, an average of 15 to 17% ROI, that is a home run. Most digital campaigns don't produce a positive ROI. And in fact, digital campaigns, it's a non-stop optimization process. So even if you're doing really well one week, the next week a competitor can come into the mix, or you could have a website issue and all of your performance goes down the drain and you have to kind of start over. So while digital is really important in a lot of ways, just the reach, the shareability, the convenience of it, when it comes to driving results for your business, transactions, people buying from your business, direct mail is the winner. So, think about that, especially if you're, a service provider, for a local market, or you have a small retail brick and mortar location. Direct mail is great at driving phone calls, and getting people to purchase from you in store, as well as online if you have an e-commerce website. So that's absolutely huge. I think the cost per acquisition and the average return on investment, those are two key things here. The other thing about direct mail, and this is kind of surprising, but direct mail outperforms all digital channels combined in terms of response rates. So direct mail, with an average of 1 to 3.7% in terms of response rates, depending on the type of prospect or customer list you're going after. No matter what, you're going to perform better than digital on average. Digital channels combined average less than 1% in terms of response rate. The exact number is 0.62%. So again, while digital is really important in a lot of ways, and especially in today's environment, you need to have a healthy mix of offline and online marketing. If you think about the average consumer out there, we all have digital lives and kind of physical lives, right, where we're out there in the world doing things. So you need to reach people while they're on their phone, while they're surfing the internet, while they're checking their social media, while they're looking at email. But you also, and perhaps more importantly, because it makes a deeper impression, you also need to reach them offline as well. So these are things like, word of mouth locally, direct mail, getting an offer into somebody's hands where they can look at it and kind of stop and think for a minute and make a decision. Do I want this or not? Or maybe they'll put it on their fridge and they'll see it every time they get food out of their fridge. Those types of impressions. And, that also comes down, to TV and radio, billboards, the signage you put up on your retail location. All of that type of offline marketing is just absolutely critical. Digital plus print and offline marketing should all work together in a very integrated way that pushes that same message and that same offer to the prospects or customers that you're targeting. It's much more powerful. The sum of all the parts is so much more powerful than just the individual components, I guess is the best way to look at it. So anyway, those are the average response rates for direct mail. Those look like they'll hold steady for the foreseeable future. So those are the kind of the numbers you should plan around. And again, my best bit of advice would be to target the right prospects at the right time with the right offer. If you do those three things, at a minimum, you'll be in a really, really good position for success. So once again, thank you for joining us and watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and that way, as soon as we post new videos, and we're doing a lot of live streaming now, if you subscribe to our channel, as soon as we go live with something new content or new resources, you're going to get notified right away, and you can check it out. So we'll see you soon, and thanks for watching.